Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of the Pulse Pods. Joining me after what we can only describe as a somber week in the world of Hartlepool United are Daniel and Adam. Hello, gentlemen. How are we tonight?
Evening, all good. You?
Well, it'd have been better if the result had been better, but them's the breaks. How are you, Adam?
Yeah, same as you, been better, but on the face of it, not too bad, mate, not too bad.
Excellent. So we are recording this on Wednesday night. It's 24 hours after the night before, as the saying goes. Unfortunately, we are coming off a fairly somber week, as I mentioned, in terms of the results. Three home games, three games without a victory, and that culminated in last night's, let's call it a late collapse against Altrincham, in which I don't know if you agree, gentlemen, but did it feel like that was coming?
No.
Did it
Uh,
not?
I, I questioned how they were above us in the league for long parts of that game last night. Apart from Crawford and Linney, I thought they had absolutely nothing. And then the least said about the referee, probably the better. I don't mind referees being rubbish, and I don't like slating referees because it's a hard job at the best of times. But if you're going to be crap, be consistently crap.
Uh, yeah, we all want consistency in how crap
Yeah.
people are. But yeah, I think last night he was very whistle happy, shall we say?
Yeah.
Certainly on their behalf. But when I said that was expected, I think you are right in terms of the quality. There wasn't that much quality between the teams other than the two players you mentioned. But I turned round to people at half time, to my auntie, etc., and said that a point for teams, especially teams above us, a point at our stadium and at Gateshead as well in the northeast, a point is acceptable to them. And if they can, they'll nick it at the end. And that's exactly what happened. I just thought, considering how many chances you're going to waste, if you're going to keep wasting your chances, I think, Adam, that it's almost inevitable at some point you're going to get punished for it. It didn't happen on Saturday, and it's happened. It's happened last night.
That's the difference. That is the big difference in football. You'll come up against teams where they'll take their chances, put them away, and that's what happened last night. I mean, I agree with Dan. I thought the first half was a bit of a bore fest, to be honest with you. I could have quite happily walked up. Well, not quite happily, but I could have quite literally walked home at half time. I thought we looked better in the second half, but for the best part of it, we were the side showing the attacking impetus, wanting to go forward, create chances, and potentially score. And I mean, I, I didn't actually see the first goal for them in its full fluidity because I saw Medine get penalised with a handball, and I must have literally just turned my head for a millisecond. I've turned back around. Is it Linus, whatever?
Yeah,
Lenny,
Lenny.
Regan Lenny.
Oh, he's obviously past Hunter. Smith, why I don't understand why he's come racing out of his goal. He's rounded him and obviously he's scored, and then obviously we've conceded a crap second, but our goal sums it up. I think that was the only way we were going to score last night is by some sort of scruffy the way it happened, the way it unfolded. But I think the whole thing's frustrating because as much as Limbrick took a lot of flack on social media last night, I don't feel it's like we're playing crap. If you look
Yeah.
at chances created, our XG, we're expected like maybe 2.5 goals a game. It is just simply down to the fact that we cannot score for whatever reason. It's just mind boggling. We're creating decent chances probably most games, and yeah, it's a mystery.
Well, I think especially when I know he's coming off the back of a year-long injury, but Gary Medine, his link-up play is exceptional. And when he comes off the bench, he holds everything up and he's spraying the ball left and right and he's doing bits and pieces. I think when you leave him on the bench and you don't start him, you 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 could, you almost have to spite your face. You're sort of handicapping yourself already because where the chance is going to come from. Manny with the best will in the world, he's not going to do all the running. Sort of like that Boydie Joel Porter type of thing where Boydie wouldn't have scored all of his goals if Joel Porter didn't do all his running for him. And I think that's what Manny needs. I think he needs somebody around him who's going to do all that dirty work and get the ball into positions where he can take that, where he can take a chance to have a chance to shoot and score. Fair enough, he's not in the best form at the minute, Manny, is he? So, but I don't know what your thoughts on Folarin at the minute. By the way, I feel like I don't know whether he just hasn't got the chance to start because it was his first start last night. But he doesn't look much to me at this moment in time.
All pace, no composure.
Yeah, I mean, the first time he came off the bench for his debut, he had a touch and it went about 30 yards ahead of him. And I thought, God, he must have like some belief in his pace that he can get to it, or it's just a terrible touch. But I don't want to judge him based on 4 substitute appearances and one 60-minute appearance. But it doesn't look like the answer to me. I mean, if I'm going to pick a player to play wide right, I'd rather play Joe Gray out there.
Yeah, I think look, if you're looking at the limited positives from last night, in particular, Joe Gray coming back onto the pitch was certainly one. Those challenges he launched into as well. Do you
Yeah,
know what? We spoke about the referee sort of blowing the whistle every time virtually they went down, but those 2 challenges from Joe Gray and he didn't whistle were actually quite funny.
yeah.
And
Let's
considering
see
how
about the
soft it
consistency.
was.
It's if every time you put your hand on an opponent's shoulder is going to be a free kick, then it works both ways. I mean, how many fouls did we give away last night? It must have been late teens, was it? It must have been 17, 18 fouls, something like that. And I don't know how many we had, but it can't have been more than 8. And
Yeah.
it's
Well,
Well, I'm
according to
trying to find
SofaScore,
it.
and I don't know how obviously accurate this is, by the way, but according to SofaScore, Hartlepool 21 fouls.
Conceded. I mean, that sounds about right, to be fair, given how often he was whistling.
I thought it was quite high. I didn't think it was that high, but I thought it was high.
Just out of interest, how many was at the other side?
10.
10. I mean, I can't even think of
You
10.
can.
I can't think of 10.
I can't think of 10 either.
Yeah. I think, other than that, Ferguson free kick in like the first minute of the second half, where he put it miles over the bar, that's pretty much the only foul I can think of. I think there were a couple on the near touchline. Yeah. But
There
it
was
does
one that he
reflect the
didn't
game.
give. There was one that he didn't give in the box as well, wasn't it? When Cleary went down second half.
Yeah, it was.
Which,
Yeah, it
I
was
mean,
close
I
to the
thought he
one
went
for
down
him.
a bit easy, like.
Oh,
But
was that the one near the
and
touchline?
yeah, and I wouldn't have given it. But I thought, well, he's given it the other way.
Yeah, I think if you think about how the game had went, if that had been the other way around, and certainly for the game up to that point, it was the other way around where he'd given a lot of them. But I think, in fairness, blame the referee all you like. We should have been
Yeah,
3-0 up. We should
yeah,
have been
exactly.
2-3-0 up. And to be fair, you've mentioned about Limerick. I think it was Adam, it was you, wasn't it? You mentioned about Limerick. He's not the one on the pitch trying to take the chances. At the end of the day, he can set them up all they like. He can give them the instructions, etc. But if our strikers and our attacking players are in the middle of the box with the ball at their feet and they're not scoring from there, the amount of chances they're getting, I mean, what's Limerick going to do?
Yeah, it's quite a funny one because obviously a lot of the questions being posed to him obviously are around the 3-5-2, playing Charman at wing back, Clear at wing back. This question of are we really utilising players such as Cleary and Charman? But on the flip side of it, I'm like, well, at the end of the day, we're still creating chances. We're still looking like a goal scoring threat despite the question marks around the 3-5-2. Is it best suited to this team? I don't remember Lenny saying about the 4-2, about this being a 4-2-3-1 side, but if I look at the last 3 or 4 games, I still feel like we've been hard to beat. I think the goals we've conceded have been on our part. It's been lapses of concentration. It's been stupid, unforced errors on our part, and we're still creating chances. I just think, for me, I feel for him. I do feel for him because to a degree, there's an element where you could argue I think he's been stitched up. I think right and proper. Um, I think the 3 games at home, look, it hasn't defined our season. I mean, we're about like the 29, 30 games before that. Do you know what I mean? I think
Yeah,
this whole problem front of goal for me has persisted all season. Go back to August under Sal. Defensively, we were superb, hard to beat, clean sheets galore, but we were all saying about us in front of goal. And I think that's just persisted all the way through. So for me, I think it's just been a season of war. It's been the same old questions. I mean, I think if we're all honest with ourselves, we need to get away from this merry-go-round of sacking managers. I think at some
yeah,
point
absolutely,
we're
Yeah,
going to have to
completely
back
agree.
somebody, and I think
absolutely.
that's going to have to start with Limbrick. You're going to have
Yeah,
to back him, let him do what he needs to do in the summer, and hopefully next season he has the players to play the way he wants to play a lot more effectively and efficiently.
I think that was going to be my next point about the merry-go-round that you mentioned. We can't keep having 3, 4 managers a season.
No.
It's unsustainable. At the end of the day, if this keeps going for another season or two, managers are just going to look at the club, and they may well be already thinking, "Well, why would I bother?"
I
Yeah.
Because
think they
you're only
already
going to be
do.
out on your ear in 4 months.
They already do, though, don't they?
Yeah,
I mean, you can come out the press and say, "Oh, well, we've had 600 applications for this job." It's like, have you really, though?
yeah.
Yeah, have you really?
And
Is
also,
it
how
more?
many
Is
of
it
those
more like six?
applications have come from a point of, a football manager gigs
Yeah,
trying to get into management and things like that?
exactly. It's like, who are these 600? There might only be like two who are actually real contenders for it.
Yeah.
And I'm not being funny. Nobody's going to leave another job to come here.
No, why would they?
Why would you?
Not
It
at all.
makes no sense. It's I mean, I would in the summer I would have appointed Graham Murray, but why would Graham Murray leave Sunderland under 23s? That is a secure job for him to come here for 4 months and get sacked.
I agree.
Why would you bother?
Yeah, I can't disagree. It's one of those situations at the minute where until we become an attractive property, until the manager comes in, does the job that we feel can be done. Because let's face it, the squad's on paper, and I know that the game isn't played on paper, but we all looked at that squad at the start of the season and thought, we're not going to win the league, but we can have a good run at
Yeah,
top
but
seven. We can give it a go. There are players in that team who have the quality, and hopefully it comes together during the season and we can make a good run on it. And again, it's just been one long disaster, as horrible as that is to say.
It's just been mediocre. It's been
yeah,
dross. I mean, I thought that when I saw. I mean, I didn't quite like how the whole Sal thing came about, but I thought, you know what? On paper, you look at the manager, you look at the squad. I thought, at the least, we've got enough there to challenge for the top seven. But it's just been a season really where I think if you look at it, inconsistencies killed us. I mean, going to Websley and losing, it's the only game they've won.
yeah.
I mean, it sums up the campaign really when you look at all these stupid, losses and draws like Braintree away, Wealdstone away. I mean, I know we were down to 10 men, but losing away at Walk, and there's just so many results you look back on. Another season where we failed to make the first round proper of the FA Cup. Another season where we failed to get past the first hurdle in the FA Trophy. It's just been mediocre. It's for me. I came away last night and I've never felt the way I felt about Pearls in my life. I'm just physically drained of it because it's just repetitive. You just feel as if every 6, 7, 8 months you're having the same conversations with the same people about the same things. And I just feel like until that one fundamental change comes at Hartlepool United, then I just feel like we're going to have many more of these conversations. But obviously that's another conversation probably for another day. But
Mm.
I think it's just the reality of the situation. You can bring in all the managers in the world.
It's
I mean,
just,
The one constant's there, in my opinion.
I have a well, I've had a thought as well. It's going back to what you said, Adam, about Limerick kind of being dropped in at the deep end and sold a bill of goods. Really,
Mm-hmm.
I like Lenny Lawrence. I do. Like, can't deny his experience, all this, that, and the other. But him turning around and saying, "I'm going to be number two, I'm going to drop back and be number two now," that's confusing for the players. And it's right. I'm going to go. I'm going to stay in the stand at half time, and then I'm going to come down to the dugout. And you can see Librick going to him and chatting to him and all this, that, and the other. It's like, who's in charge here?
it's an interesting point, that, to be fair. I mean,
And it's who do the players think's in charge? I mean, they're just thinking, well, Librick's just Lawrence's fall guy here.
oh,
I mean,
yeah.
is this what the chairman's told him to do? Is this what Lenny Lawrence wants to do? If Lenny Lawrence wants to do it, why doesn't he just go be director of football or something?
Yeah.
I don't think there's another club in the top. I mean, I'll put the National League into this as well. I don't think there's another club in the top 5 divisions where someone who isn't the manager pops down to the bench, like just sort of offhand if he feels like it at half time on the, I don't think there is one where someone just pops down and has his 2 cents, if you like, has his input.
Well, what's the point in him coming out and saying, I feel now's the time to step down if he's still going to be there anyway? Like,
Yeah.
respectfully, go back to the boardroom or put yourself in another position in the football club. Why don't you just leave these two to it? And, like,
Yeah. Let Limerick and Skelton fall on the sword. If that's what you want to do, let them do it and let them do it their way. Don't meddle in it. I mean, I've got loads of respect and everything for Lenny Lawrence and everything that he's done over 50 odd years, but it's just confusing.
yeah.
It's who's in charge here.
I feel a bit sorry for Skelton, to be fair, because he's sort of just going about his business, on the quiet. He doesn't, he speaks fairly well, but he just goes about his business and he's sort of being dragged in with everyone else, like they're rotating. I mean, we're speaking about the merry-go-round of managers. There's now merry-go-round of managers inside the actual managerial structure, let alone from outside the club. It's bizarre.
Thinking it's Richard Money, isn't it?
Oh,
We'll,
well,
we'll
there's the
just
one.
go round and round and see what sticks. But that's what it is. It's just like we'll throw whatever we can at the wall and hope something sticks.
It just doesn't seem like there's a plan, does there?
No.
And I was just about to say that, and I think that goes back to that point that many people have made. There's no plan, there's no identity slapped on the football club. I think every single time we're in a situation like we find ourselves in at October time, November, where you've sacked Sal, it's like, right, okay, let's roll the dice. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing, there's no structure, there's nothing. Do you know what I mean? How many successful managers have we had under this regime? One. And I think
Well,
in that we got very lucky with Challenger. And I
yeah.
just don't think you're going to get that lucky again. You're just not. Like, I do feel for him. I want it to work, but you can't help but feel like you say, that it's going to end one way, unfortunately.
The
I
more
do
you
like
think,
Lubrick as well. I really do like him. I think
Oh, has he?
I think he looks like I think he's a really good coach from I know videos are edited, etc. But from what he looks like on the training ground, he looks quite good.
Speaks really well as well.
Yeah, he does. And it's give him a chance. If you're going to step back completely. Don't say, oh, I'm going to go back to assistant manager. Well, why?
I agree.
Yeah. Skelton's there, Dickinson's there, Smith's there. All best will in the world. Don't need you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, I compare Pulse to the Tottenham of the National League last season. Sorry, last week I did. Yeah, I can see the look on your face there,
I was
Adam,
like,
as
I
well.
was like, what?
Yeah, because if you're out of form, you want to play Pulse, don't you? It's like the Doctor Tottenham thing of the Premier League. Like, if you want if you're out of form, if you're struggling for wins, etc., play Tottenham and you'll get your season back on track.
Like
They're pretty much the same.
Ebbsfleet, who haven't won a game all season, but sorry, we've got Pills at home next season. Next week, it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Well, like you
Yeah.
say, Ebbsfleet have
Yeah.
been dreadful either side of that win against us. But because they played us, they get the 3 points. Like, it's just one of those, like, you could be in the worst form in the world. Even if you just pick up a point, you're still going to do well against Pulse. It's just like we don't have the ability to just sort of kill off a side. We've had so many chances in the last 3 games. I can't speak for Saturday, but I'm thinking for Saturday. But certainly the Tuesdays, even. We've had enough chances to win like 5 games, and we haven't done it. And at the end of the day, as I said before, if you're not going to take your chances, you're going to get punished.
Well, I seen the tweet earlier today. Our XG from last night was 1.31. Theirs was 0.84.
Mm. So, like, we see, it's just the chances that we're like with the chances that we're getting. I mean, I was speaking to Dan, and before you came on, Adam, as well, about just shooting in particular, just shooting in general,
No one
shooting
seems
from
brave enough
outside the
to do that.
box. Like, we're always trying, as Dan said, we're always trying to walk the ball into the box, and then into the net. It doesn't work. It can't always work. It will work sometimes because inevitably we will eventually manage to put one in. It'll be beautiful, total football. But especially at this level, you've got keepers that aren't good enough for the EFL. You may have some keepers that look a bit dodgy. What was it that you said about last night's keeper, Dan?
I thought he was the worst keeper I've seen this season. I thought he
Worst
was
keeper.
dreadful.
Yeah, certainly one of them. He wasn't great. Like, it's time wasting. We'll
And he had a clean sheet till 95 minutes. I couldn't
And
believe
he had
it.
a clean sheet until Nicky Featherstone pops up with a
Yeah.
towering header, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say in a million years.
His distribution was awful and
I mean, he nearly got caught out a few times trying to play
yeah,
out from the back.
Yeah, and we
absolutely terrible.
didn't test him. We didn't have any shots from outside the box. We were talking about Featherstone when he scored. We were saying his shots usually come from outside the box. His goals usually come from outside the box. We were talking about his goal at Halifax. I think you'll have been there, Adam, when he pinged one into the top corner with his left
I
foot.
think I think I do
Left foot.
remember. Yeah,
It was when
Yeah.
we took 2,000 to Halifax. It was a great day. That we won the
Noble scored
game.
a penalty, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it was a penalty. It was a handball or something. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I think so.
But yeah, but
Anyway,
that strike,
oh
like
yeah.
he's clearly good enough at striking the ball from outside the box, and we must have other players in there that feel like they have the confidence to do so, or feel like they have the ability to do something, just don't.
But the fact that we're resorting to that, it just shows how desperate we are to score goals if we're having to like. There was a few times later on where I think Slogger had a chance and then Featherstone just after. I'd say just hit it, have a go. Do you know what I mean?
just didn't.
But to be fair, like it's not even desperation, just mix it up a bit. like you've got a keeper, as we say. Like surely the players can see that the keeper isn't the best, or certainly isn't the most confident, because they've already nearly caught him out. As he says, distribution was going everywhere. Test him, shoot from 20 yards. I'm not saying always shoot like if there's three players in front of you and you can't shoot, that's fine. But if you've got space, 25 yards out, 20 yards out,
It's
shoot.
not big.
Just
Well, yeah,
It's not big.
look what happened on New Year's Day when he did it for Oldham.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we always look good when we get the ball wide and when we put the ball in the box. We've got two big lads in there. If you've got Gary Medine and Manny D in there, swing a ball in. They're going to win header. How many times? I don't think anybody talks about this enough either. How good is Manny D's defensive work?
Yeah, from corners and set
Yeah.
pieces.
He's
especially,
very
yeah.
good defensively. Yeah, like
He
in
can win header.
yeah.
I haven't
Swing a
had
ball in. Swing a ball in, and that's what Joe Gray was doing last night. And I think Charman plays really well wide right as well. Just swing a ball in.
I
Yeah,
must say, I thought Joe Gray offered more in half an hour than Campbell's offered in the last 3 or 4 games. In all honesty,
yeah. This I can't believe he hasn't taken him out of the starting lineup yet. And that's not even. I mean, it is partly down to his performances because they clearly haven't been good enough. But not only that, like he seems to have become the scapegoat. There is always a scapegoat when we're not playing well. Like, pretty much every season these
oh yeah,
days. But he is now the scapegoat. I don't think there's any doubt about that in terms of the fans constantly getting on his back. Just take him out the lineup for a few weeks. Like if we're still losing and he's not there, or we're still obviously getting negative results, the pressure won't be on him as much because people will surely see that it's not just him, it's everyone else as well. It's bizarre that he hasn't taken him out, even with the changes that were made last night. And I wouldn't say hoping because that sounds a bit harsh, but I was just hoping that he'd be taken out just to give him a breather from the pressure, if you like.
yeah. I think the problem is you've had no real natural number 10s in reserve. Have you? Mancini's injured now. You've got Gray back on Saturday. You could well say, well, here we go. There's an opportunity to maybe try something else, but I think it's the fact that he's come from League One with
Yeah.
a lot of hype. There was a lot of we looked at it and thought, yeah, should be good at this level. And he'll say himself, it has been underwhelming. Whether that's been down to the chopping and changing of styles of play, I don't know. But like you say, there's always one every year. And the last 3 or 4 weeks, it's just seemingly been him that's been on facing the brunt of it. But
It's this free role that he's in though, isn't it? It's like he gets caught in between, and he's never there to influence it because he's in between. He's either too high up or he's too deep.
yeah,
So the game just passes him by, and I think he's just a passenger of the system, to be honest, like an unfortunate victim of it.
mm-hmm.
But there's definitely going to be a change on Saturday because Sharon's back. So, but I've got a feeling he's going to drop Miley.
But that being said, wasn't Sharon back yesterday?
No, he was 2 games, wasn't he?
Yeah, too. He was out yesterday.
Yeah, he was two,
Yeah,
wasn't
but
he?
did he?
He didn't play Tamworth, did he?
Well, I was going to
No,
say, I thought he was banned for
Did he play
Tamworth and
Tamworth?
Maidenhead,
I'm gonna have a look
and
while you
he's just
talk.
injured. Yeah,
Yeah, actually,
I've got
that's
a
a good
feeling
point.
he's
I can't remember
injured.
if he played against Tamworth.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, he was out for the Maidenhead game.
He was definitely out for the Maidenhead game, yeah, but
Yeah, he was definitely off from Maidenhead.
I don't think he played against Tamworth. I think he definitely played against Sutton because me and Adam were
Yeah,
both
did he
there.
not get the card against Tamworth? Because it was
Yeah,
for
he
10
did.
yellows, wasn't it?
To be fair, he
Yeah,
usually gets a card anyway.
Yeah.
But
he played the full game against Tamworth.
Yeah.
did he? All right. So yeah,
There you
he's
go.
banned for 2 games. Yeah, so he will be back on Saturday. So
Yeah, so he's back on Saturday. So, I mean, I don't know what Parks and Doddsy have done, but good God, it seems like they're absolutely out of it.
well, Parks is injured, isn't he?
Yeah,
And
but apparently
Doddsy
Doddsy got
was
injured as
having a
well, didn't he?
nightmare.
Well, that's another thing as well. How many training ground injuries are we getting?
But again, that'll go back to this whole idea of we train on Astro, we train on Astro. For a lot of people, because I saw a tweet the other week. I can't remember who it was, and it doesn't really matter. But I seen somebody saying about the fact that we train on Astro.
Mhm.
Whether that's
Well,
got any correlation or not, I don't know.
it depends how good the Astro is.
Oh, yeah.
Because you do, I mean, if it's crap, you're going to get MCL, ACL injuries, or the Achilles, anything. But
I mean, I can't
I mean,
speak for the
how heavy's our pitch as well? That's
Yeah.
You're asking for hammies and calves and
wear
everything
and
on our
tear.
pitch. just for the state of it.
Yeah. To be fair, like, I can't speak for the specific pitch they train on at Maiden Castle because I've never seen it, obviously. But I've done performances. I've done reporting for various outlets at Maiden Castle for the Durham women's team, and they play on Astro. They play on it's their home ground basically. That Astro, I've never seen too many problems in terms of injuries, in terms of other things there, whether it be Durham, whether it be the opposition, and they must therefore train on Astro as well because they're based at Maiden Castle. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't. It may well be the Astro. It might be the training methods. It might be just bad luck. But it's bizarre, isn't it?
It, it could just be part and parcel of the game in one sense. I mean, let's not forget. I mean, Parks, he's what, 33 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
he's coming to mid to late 30s. Do you know what I mean? He's going to get these niggles, strains, whatever. It does happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Not much to be said for that, really. I think, and I know the answer because I have exactly the same answer to this question. I think we can all rule playoffs now. Yep.
I don't hear us.
No.
I said on Twitter last night, I said, I don't hear us. I said that the game before, but for some people, I think they were clinging on to last night for whatever reason. But
Well,
no. The thing is, as well, what makes me laugh for these people who obviously clung on and clung on, it's like, we're not even good enough. Like, I would have no confidence finishing seventh and say, right, I don't know, Oldmore Gateshead away in an eliminator, and then a final against York or Forest Green. I'd feel like it would be setting ourselves up to fail in one
Yeah.
in one sense.
To be fair, I'd still like to do the playoffs. Like even if we finished seventh and got drawn against one of those teams, I'd still like to do it. It would represent progress, wouldn't it? Even if we weren't ready for them, it would represent progress moving up the league. I mean, even finishing eighth, ninth, tenth this season, as much as it's been a very under par season, even by under par season standards, it's still progress on what we've had before. Just unfortunately, it doesn't represent what we thought we'd do at the start of the season.
I think it's better, but it just doesn't feel better
Yeah.
because we dropped the draws have killed us this season. That's what's killed us. It's draws.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it is progress. We're not getting beat as much. We're hard to beat, but being hard to beat doesn't make you sexy, does it? If you know what I mean.
Certainly not. No.
It's you're not going to sell many tickets from the way that we play, and I think it is better. It is progress. It's better. It just doesn't feel like it.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I don't think you can argue with that really. I said last week, and that was after the Tamworth game, I said that I didn't think we'd get playoffs. I thought we finished about ninth where we were before yesterday's game. But I said before the Tamworth game that the three home games that we had would define the season, and unfortunately they have, just not in the way that we'd all hope.
2 points out of 9 at home.
It's not good enough.
It is terrible. If I'm honest, it's you win your seasons made on your home games. You have to win your home games if you're going to be anywhere. And
I mean,
2 points
Town
against team
Maidenhead.
who's it's just not good enough.
Yeah, Tamworth and Maidenhead, and you can chuck Aldershot this Saturday into that as well because they're in and around the relegation zone.
Yeah.
Really, like if we had got 12 points from those games, I still wouldn't have said we were favourites of the playoffs, but I'd have said there was a chance because we'd have built up momentum and we might have done something, but unfortunately the results have just absolutely killed us.
Well, we've got filed away a week on Tuesday, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes, and did you see the news about that this morning?
Yeah, Kevin Phillips got sacked, didn't he?
Indeed, yes. I mean, it was coming, wasn't it? Unfortunately for him, I think their form wasn't great at all. Still in the relegation zone. It was coming. It's a shame that he didn't basically make the plea to the bosses that Pulls are coming to Mill Farm in 2 weeks' time. So, that'd have been the platform for them to go forward and stay up. But they'll probably beat us when they're filed. I think filed are in the same boat as Sutton, that they have a really good record against us at home.
I hate Sutton United. I cannot stand them. Honestly, I've been to Sutton twice, right? One was that you'll have been there for both, Adam. That Tuesday night away, and it absolutely pelted down. And I think the beat was 2-0 or 1-0. Tuesday night. It was bloody horrible. And then that dreadful Hartley game where they absolutely battered us 4-0. Just terrible. I can't stand Sutton. Their ground's awful and all. I think it's the worst ground I've ever been to.
It's bad.
Yeah.
To be fair, I thought it was all right when I went.
Absolute rubbish.
I
Honestly,
mean,
I walked in the toilets there and I thought my head was going to explode.
I wouldn't go to the toilet in an away
Oh,
game unless I was desperate. To be fair, that goes back to Bootham Crescent scarred me. That brick wall, honestly. Like ever since then, away games are a no-go for toilets. I'll just wait. I'd rather
the
wait.
only one I ever saw worse was Chesterfield's old ground.
It's all to get.
Yeah, absolutely. That was that just a bit of drain pipe in the middle of the wall with no roof. It's like,
I
God.
never went to Saltergate, but I have heard stories. Yeah.
Yeah, I went there once. God, that
And
was
you?
during that. Do you remember that Martin Scott season when we got relegated?
Yes, I think everyone. Yeah.
God, yeah, that was that. I think the biggest 3-1. I think Michael Proctor scored.
I've been to the new stadium. The new stadium's canny, Chesterfield.
Yeah, I've never actually been to Chesterfield's new one, just been the old one.
It's good. It's good facilities. It's a
Yeah.
proper, like it's sort of your sort of League One ground, like League One,
They all
League
look the
Two
same
ground.
though, don't they?
They do a bit, yeah. There's a bit of
Yeah,
character being lost, I
they're
think.
like Colchester. It just feels a bit soulless, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've never been to Colchester. To be fair, there's two main areas of the country I've never been to in terms of an away game. I've never been to Essex, where sort of the southeast Anglia type thingy. I've never done one on the south coast either. Like I've been to Yeovil, but I class that southwest rather than the south coast. But yeah, like I've
Southend is the only ground that I've ever been to where they call their snack bar a restaurant.
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that actually made me laugh when it's got they try to sign saying restaurant outside the snack bar.
Is there something around shrimps?
Sorry?
The shrimpers on there. I was wondering
Oh,
if
yeah,
it's like the
strips,
shrimp
yeah.
restaurant
Yeah,
or something
strips,
like that.
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like the ground had been on the bottom of the sea for a while, so
Fair enough. I've never been to Roots Hall. I would like to go, but I've always been working, or it's never really worked out, or it's in the middle of December, and it's horrendous. It's gone in the middle of December. But yeah, yeah. I mean, to forget what we've had in the past in terms of the last three games, is it now a case of, and I hate to say this in the middle of February, preparing for next season?
You've got to. I think you've got to have one eye on next season. I think he's just got to essentially try and get the best out of these players as much as he can, try and attain the highest possible league finish. I'd still like to see us get a top 10. And just in the meanwhile, try and work out who's good enough to play his way next year. Just try and have, give himself an idea of who he wants to keep, who he doesn't want to keep. And into the summer we go for another rebuild. Rebuild part, I don't know. I've lost count at
52.
this stage. But yeah,
Yeah,
we're
Dan.
not going to go down, are we?
no.
So
I think we're too far ahead now. We've
play
got
for
like
some,
44
yeah,
points or something like that.
play for a bit of pride in yourself. Play for your job, if nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Actually,
mean,
there's a good question to ask as well in terms of keeping jobs, etc. Out of the players, because we've already said Limbrick should really stay. We can't keep doing that, and that's
yeah.
understandable. In terms of the players, who will be on the retained list?
So it's quite funny. I made my own the other day. So it's quite funny how this
Well,
pans
that's
out.
good. Perfect timing.
Go on then. We'll see if we agree. This will be good. I might go all Simon Jordan on you.
Please have the courage of your convictions
Yeah.
with your retained list.
No, so funnily enough, as much as people might disagree with the first one, I said keep both keepers.
When you say both keepers, I assume you mean Smith and Dixon rather than the one we
Smith
just
and
signed on
Dixon,
loan.
yeah. To be honest, I felt like he had a good pre-season. Dixon, I thought he had a good start to the campaign, and it was just a bit.
He
It
started
was just,
better than he did last season, didn't he?
I think he was
was
really
yeah,
yeah,
unfortunate to get the injury when he did
yeah, he
because
was. He was coming into a bit
he
of
seemed
form.
confident. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jim, really.
Mas Fari's doing really well at Redcar as well. He's had some like 18 clean sheets this season.
He's
They're
he's
like,
doing very well, yeah.
yeah,
He's a good shout to even just give a go in pre-season, see how he does, just to sort of adapt to the squad, see how he gets on. Yeah, it's a fair point. That to be fair, Adam, continue.
so defenders, I have said in terms of releasing, probably neck on the line here. I did say Luke Waterfall.
I would as well.
I've also said left back David Ferguson, and I've also said Manny O.
I think
Yeah.
Manny O's certainly to be gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
Really? I don't. I would. The thing is, I quite like him.
I liked him when he
But
first came in. I thought it was the sort of signing. He came from Dagenham, didn't he? It was the
yeah,
sort of signing that I thought we're actually signing players who've got experience of the league and are suited to the league. And in his first sort of month or two, it was a bit unorthodox with how he was defending, and some of his challenges were quite funny to watch. But he did win the ball, and he was solid enough. And then
yeah, I thought he
unfortunately,
was
he made a
solid.
few ricks. And
Certainly had worse centre halves.
well, yeah. Who am I thinking of? Louis Lang.
No.
God, have you ever nightmares
That
tonight?
goal against against Guiseley, the Guiseley scored, is the overriding memory I'll have of him. Unfortunately for him,
God love him.
honestly. Well, I mean, on Erase, I don't think anyone's going to complain about that one.
No.
Ferguson, I think, is coming to the end now. I love him, but he's. I think the
Yeah,
time is now. The time has come.
just got to be objective.
Waterfall, yeah, I think Waterfall is the big one of those three in terms of the one that people might argue with, but I don't know. I really don't know. It depends on what's out there, I think, because if there isn't anyone else conceivably that's better than Waterfall or on his level, I will keep Waterfall. However, I don't know really. Would you get rid of Sass Davies?
No.
I'd keep him even if it is for cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would as well.
I think that's probably.
However, I did say I would release Doddsy here.
Aye.
Would you not give him a year and see if somebody comes in for him?
Or you could do that.
That's
Look
what
at
I
it
would
from
do.
look at it from that point of view that he has potentially got a bit of sell-on potential.
Yeah.
Give him another contract, see if he can come into form.
Mm.
Yeah, it's worth.
Midfield,
I'll say it's worth saying as well that with the exception of Manny D and Joe Gray, who we know have contract, discussions, shall we say, for the time being. I'm a bit uncertain personally of where contracts are at the minute as to who's got 2 years and who's got one.
I've assumed on here. Like
Yeah.
where I've put UC, I'm just assuming that these players are under contract. So I've put Campbell under contract, Hunter, Sheridan, and Charman.
Yeah, I reckon all those will probably go an extra year. I reckon
Yeah.
Sheridan definitely has.
I don't think Campbell's coming here from Crawley if he's got anything less than 2 years.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'd
Yeah.
say that, yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah, so go on, Adam. Midfield.
I'd keep Campbell. I know he's had a bit of a bad year, but I don't think I'd be that hasty in the sense of like, let's get rid of him straight away. Do you know what I mean?
Jake Hasty.
I was going to say I had PTSD there.
To be fair to Jake Hasty, the majority of his time wasn't great, but we'll
No,
have
it
that goal
wasn't.
that he scored away at York because that
I
was
was
a
going to say he
quality
scored
goal,
that screamer,
lads.
didn't he? God.
It was just a lovely finish. Like the
Yeah,
pass
it was.
coming from Callum Cook and the finish was superb.
Wrong foot and everything.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
I also said keep Hunter, Sharon, Charman, and Gray. Oh, and obviously Miley's under contract as well. So that would leave, in my opinion, I would move on Wallace, Sloggett, Featherstone, and I did put Mancini in there purely because, rightly or wrongly, nothing about his quality because I think he's a great player. I think he's a fantastic player. But
He's Danny O'Connor's best friend.
yeah, I feel like for me, he plays as many games as he misses, and if that's the case, what is the point? I don't think he's played 30 games since he signed. Do you know what I mean? I think
In total.
for me, you need consistency, and I don't know. I mean, if you can get him fit and fair enough, but I'm going to sit my neck on the line. I would say potentially release based on that, his fitness.
Well, his contract's definitely up this season because we took the option on him last year.
Mm.
So he's definitely
Yeah.
up for it anyway, if
Yeah,
you know
it's
what
a
I mean.
shame, really. I mean, if he comes back and manages to play 3 months, I think there's a different discussion to be had. I think
Yeah.
if he can prove his fitness at least for a few months, but it's
Well, everybody's playing for their
tough ask,
jobs
isn't it?
at the end of the day.
Yeah,
It's
very
not
true.
personal. Like I say, I love him. I think he's a great player. It's just the fact that he just can't keep fit. And then forwards, as much as I think Manny D might be off, I would still keep him. It's easy, 15, 20 goals a season, maybe more. Medine, purely down to his intelligence, like you've said, Dan, his hold-up play, his link-up play. And
Yeah.
obviously Folarin will be under contract.
Yeah, and
I think we're on the
it
same
sounds like
level
it
here, aren't we,
sounds like a
really?
moot question. It sounds like a moot question because he's on loan. But if Cleary was available to sign permanently, would you?
He wouldn't come here.
No,
He
absolutely
would not
not.
come here.
But it was the question to be asked. Yeah, there's no way he wouldn't drop down this low.
No, he's
No
not coming
chance.
here. He's
Jack,
you know those players where they're on loan and they're just like, "What the hell are you doing here?"
Jordan Hugill.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you doing here?
Every time anyone says that, I mean, people who were around in the 90s who watched
Jan
Over Pedersen have
Yeah,
always
he
said
was
he only played
probably-
like 10 games, but he was by far the best player they'd ever seen. Like
He
in
was
a
in the
pub set.
Champions League that season.
Yeah, he was. Like Jordan
Amazing.
Hugill and Tyler Bury
Dan Kemp.
and Dan Kemp's an argument, but I think Jordan Hugill was the one that I thought, how on earth has he come here? Because not like he went on to the Premier League like 2 seasons after he left us.
Same
Because
with West End,
Preston,
yeah.
I think Preston only sent us here. Sorry, I think Preston only sent him to us to basically get his fitness back up because he was injured. Like it wasn't a reflection on his ability or anything like that. It was just literally to get him back fit.
Was he at
And
Preston then? Did we not get him from
he,
Port Vale?
well, no, we got him from Preston. We got him.
Did we? Did he just sign for Preston that season?
He may well have done, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we got him from Preston because he'd been injured long term, and I think Preston
Mm.
wanted him to get his fitness back up. So
Yeah.
they sent him to us. It was one of those like short term loans
Yeah.
that we got that season because Ronnie Moore had a squad of about 52 by the end of it because he'd signed so many players on loan. That was the season where we had Ryan Baird score one crucial goal for us. We had Marvin Morgan score one crucial goal
Oh
for
my
us. We had,
God.
like all those players who came
Did
in
we
for
have
like 2 games.
was he called Ellis Harrison or someone on loan from Portsmouth?
Bristol
Oh yeah, the
Rovers.
forwards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
if we got him from Portsmouth or Bristol
Was
Rovers. I know
from
he's played for us
Portsmouth.
too, but
Oh God.
yeah, we had him for like I think didn't he played really well, hit the post 3 times, went off with concussion, never played for us again.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was the
Yeah,
crack.
yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
Think we
that
had
sounds about
Kai
right for all of
Naismith as
our.
well, didn't we, on loan that season?
Cal Naismith was a good
Kai
player.
Naismith. Yeah, he would play for Rangers in.
Yeah, I think
Rakesh
it's
Bingham was when he was on loan.
yeah. Bingham was all right. I think didn't we sign him permanently, and he was a little
Did
bit
I?
sort of out of
Got him
form
from
by the end.
Mansfield, didn't we?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
didn't really replicate what he did while he was on loan.
it's a shame, really. I mean, it's a shame he replicated his decent form for Ebbsfleet in September and October whenever
Oh,
we played them.
typical.
Honestly, calamity of
Alan
a thing.
Mackey's legend.
Yeah, exactly. And your
No,
strikers, Adam.
no, but Cleary is the dog's unreal.
I'll have to
He's an
take that
absolute
out.
player, isn't he?
Well,
Yeah, I'll have to bleep that one. But even so, yeah, it's he is
we
very
not
good. Like he's
we not
clearly.
recut it and say testicles.
yeah, he's the dog's testicles.
Yeah,
To be
that
fair,
sounds sounds correct.
I'll leave this bit in, and people can get the context from that.
Yeah.
And your strikers, Adam.
Well, I have said I'd Matty D, as much as I think he'll be off, I would definitely keep him. He's a route to at least what 15, 20 goals. Medina I'd keep, and well, I don't think Falarin's under contract. I think he'll be here next year. So all being well, I'd keep all three forwards, but I don't know. I can see us replacing at least one of them.
Yeah, I think Medine will probably stay at
I
this
hope
point.
so.
Yeah, I hope so as well.
Because I think we've had strikers who have been in higher leagues before, Marlon Harewood, to name one of those, that have. I think it's harsh to say that they've seen us as a retirement plan, but they've certainly seen us as sort of an easier ride of it. Whereas I think Gary Medina's come in, he's got his fitness back up, understandably, after that injury, and I think he has proved his quality. Certainly putting the effort in every week. As you mentioned earlier, his hold-up play has been excellent.
Mhm.
And I just think it'd be very harsh to turn. I mean, he may well
He
go
seems,
anyway. He might go himself. He may
he
well.
seems pretty settled.
Yeah,
He's always coming
that's
out and
my
saying he's
thinking.
happy to be home and he's like it's easy for him and he quite likes it. So
Yeah, like I say, when things like that happen, I can't see him going anywhere
no,
personally.
I don't either.
It will be interesting if Manny D goes. It'll be interesting to see if Medine becomes the main striker at his age, or if we look to bring someone else in, like a marquee signing, if you like, to go alongside him or to
Yeah, I'd bring
put
somebody in
pressure on him.
alongside him. I wouldn't.
I would.
Yeah,
I'd just stick him up front and tell him I don't want you move. I don't want you across the halfway line.
yeah.
Stay there. I want
He's
you to
not the
work
most
in between.
mobile.
No, just stay up
No.
there. Do that. It's a bit like I'm not comparing Gary Medine to Erling Haaland here, but it's like people complain about Haaland. He's had 3 touches. It's like, well, I don't care if he's had 3 touches. If 2 of them are goals and one of them's a kickoff, I don't care.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want as far as I'm concerned.
That quote's going on
So
a flag at some point.
yeah, what
Gary
three,
Medine
three,
equals no. Gary Medine equals Erling Haaland.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Haaland.
It's with your name at the bottom. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll make that up. We'll go along with it.
Yeah,
It'll
we'll
be
make it
fine. Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
yeah. To be fair, I mean, I'm surprised.
Medine over Haaland.
Yeah, Medine over Haaland, absolutely. There's an argument for certain strikers over Haaland in the Premier League, isn't there? I've seen the argument about Isak over Haaland. I think, to be fair,
Different
Isak's
players.
an excellent striker. Yeah, it's a bit of an all-round thing. But anyway, that's a little bit higher than our pay grade, I think, in terms of Premier League and National League. But yeah, it's a horrible situation to be in terms of because we always said sort of 10 years ago when we got relegated from League One and we were stuck in League Two, we always said like mid-table's so boring. Come
Mm.
like sort of March time, April time, because you know you're not going down, you know there's no chance of playoffs, it just sort of fizzles out, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I'm
That's what we
so
are, though.
it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the word used was average, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what Rob Law said, but I'm sure was someone put on about him, like the way he described it was just painfully average. The game I think he was describing, but it could easily describe the team.
Everything, the season, everything, you name it.
I mean,
I
it's
think it's
amazing
easy
how we're still 10th.
But I think that
I know
because we
teams have got
draw,
games in hand.
because we're not
shows
getting
how
beat.
shows
Mm,
how bad the league is.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's bizarre really, but you never know. See how it goes. Are you going to Aldershot, Adam?
No.
Oh, he's finally swan off one.
No, he genuinely like maybe had we had a good return from these three home games, I might have been slightly
Oh, look
tempted.
at that smile. You're definitely going.
I might have been. I could have been tempted if we'd been going there on the back of a couple of good results, but nah, absolutely not. I think I'll be picking and choosing between now and the end of the season. To be honest,
I mean,
I'll be like,
I'll likely be going to Filed because that's a Tuesday night, so I can
yeah,
go there. And I've been to
I'm
Filed a
going
few
to
times.
file.
Yeah, I've been there a few times, so
Yeah.
I don't mind going there. I went there when the massive snowstorm was that's the
I think it's
worst. That was
I
the
think it's
worst
called
weather I've ever
every time
seen.
we go. It's called
The what?
every time we go. It's Arctic conditions.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it is,
Arctic.
isn't
It
it?
is
Yeah.
absolutely
It was
ridiculous.
freezing last year when we got to
Yeah,
Greece.
it was. I
Yeah,
good God.
the
God,
first time I went was the snowstorm. The second time I went, it was just bitter, bitterly windy, cold. It was awful. And then we didn't win that either. Like I say, we have a dreadful record against Fal. I'm talking myself out of it now, but yeah, I'll probably go there. And then, like I say, I'm working pretty much every
York then
Saturday in
after that, isn't
March.
it?
The what?
yeah,
Isn't it York at home after file?
No, it's York
no,
at home
no.
before filed.
Is York home before file? Is
That's
it?
the
Of course, I
Saturday
thought it was the
before,
week.
yeah. So the
Thought it
first of
was the week
March
after.
is. Oh, and they're having a paddy as well, aren't they? Because they've only got 720, I think. That's the ticket
Yeah,
allocation. Yeah, they're
Oh,
not particularly
tell
best
Carl out.
pleased.
Tell Carl out fans to stop ripping the seats out, then.
Yeah, that's a fair. Oh, and to be fair, that could come
Yeah.
next season as well, the way they're going.
Yeah,
That's going
no,
to be a
that'll be the.
right laugh, that one. The police are going to be chuffed because if York and Gateshead don't go up, you're going to have Pulls, Carlisle, York, Gateshead, all of that
miserable.
sort of, it's going to be a nice little Northern League next season because it looks like you've got
South
Carlisle,
Shields might come up
Morecambe,
as well.
South Shields might come, aye.
Yeah, South
Oh,
Shields are pumping on.
You've got
oh, darling.
like, oh, don't. Oh, to be fair, imagine that Hartlepool, Darlington, Gateshead, York, Carlisle, Tranmere potentially, Morecambe
Oh,
potentially, Oldham might stay down, Rochdale. The amount of northern teams we could get in the league next year. It's the
makes a
most
change.
northern we've played in for ages, isn't it?
Oh yeah, makes a change.
I know it's nice, isn't it? That's
Beating
the
them down
thing.
to
We got
Exeter
rid
for
of.
a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, that's true. But that's the thing. Like when we got relegated, the League Two basically turned into a Northern League. We got relegated at the wrong time. We got relegated to a Southern League. It was awful for the second time in the last sort of 6 or 7 years or so. But hopefully, I'd say this at the end of every episode, but hopefully things will be better on Saturday. I'll keep saying that until it actually happens.
Maybe you
Um,
should end it with "It's the hope that kills you."
it is
Yeah,
the hope that kills you. That's how I should end it.
Yeah.
I ended the first few with, and when we get to the playoff final, it'll be moved to Plymouth. Feels
yeah.
like a distant memory saying that now.
We're
Do you
playing
know
their
what?
toffee again.
Yeah.
I feel like we should scrap the "Never Say Die" motto and just have "It's the hope that kills you."
Yeah. There you go.
Hartlepool
Yeah.
United, where dreams come to die, and collect your
Yeah.
3 points on the way out. Hey,
Oh,
honestly. Well, anyway, on a hugely depressing note, thank you very much, gentlemen.
No, no worries.
It's been an unfortunate week, and yes, it is the hope that kills you, but we can only have hope, can't we? Because if we don't have hope, then what's the point?
Exactly.
And again, I'll say it. Hopefully, it gets better, and hopefully, we turn up against York. Because if we turn up and get beat 6-5-6, remember when we got beat by Stockport 5
Yeah.
yeah,
when
I'm gonna
Challoner
forget.
came back? If that happens again, I dread to think what'll happen in that ground at full time. 'Cause I'm in a situation at the minute where if it stays at 3, I won't be able to do because I'm working from home. If it's a 12:30 kickoff, I'll be able to go. And like I'll have to come back home to work after witnessing what could be a horrendous result and having like 700 odd York fans, basically taking the proverbial over us all. Honestly.
I'm
Anyway,
expecting the worst. Anyway, that's enough negativity for one episode,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
that's very true. Yeah, 15 points coming in March, and
Yeah. We'll stick 6 past Filed.
Actually, to be fair, we've got 6. Yeah. Well, we've got 6 games in March, haven't we, actually? We've got 5 Saturday games on the Tuesday night against Fylde.
Easy 18 points.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely fair. We're back in the playoffs before we know it. It'll be straightforward.
Doesn't matter that Rochdale got 6 games in hand.
Yeah, they'll
we'll
lose all 6 of those games. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Doesn't mean they're going to win them, does it?
That's very true. Yeah.
So,
well, thanks for trying to cheer me up, gentlemen. Hopefully, it will go better in the near future. And we'll see you later on the season. Thank you.
Cheers, Jack.
Cheers.